What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella. We back with another one. Boxing clinic in the building. Talk about these two fighters in a minute, but consistency is the key to running this page shit, man. Good material, of course, or solid material, because there's a lot of guys out here dishing that garbage out. But some fans like it. Maybe it's just garbage to me, but appreciate it, man. You take a little bit from everybody, should keep trying to grow. But this shit right here, and the beat goes on, just like my love everlasting. And I love this fight if it got made. Gervonta Tank Davis, Baltimore stand up. Vasyl Lomachenko, Ukraine stand up. Two talented fighters for sure. I mean, what else can you say about both of these guys? I think they have excelled in a short amount of period of time. They have answered a lot of questions that have been brought to them or been said about them, and they done the damn thing. You can't knock them. Lomachenko lost, but he bounced back, and we already talked about the Salido and him trying to shortchange Salido. But the first offer ain't always everything, so I think Salido and him will get a deal done. Talk about Lomachenko, man. Great fighter. I think he's a great fighter. I think a lot of people got mad because a lot of people have him number one in pound for pound, or even in the pound for pound list as top 10. But I'm more of those guys that's quality over quantity, and I have no problem with him being in the top 10 or the top 5, to be honest. But number one, I think that's a stretch. I think you're disrespecting Andre Ward there. But and Terrence Crawford as well. Let's talk about Tank for a minute. And I'll be wondering about the Mayweathers. Not Jeff and Roger so much, but Floyd and Floyd Senior, Junior and Senior. That I'll be wondering if they be watching these guys fight. I know Floyd is probably taking more notice to boxers because he's in the promoter role, and I don't know who plays his matchmaking, who matchmakes his fights. Because Golden Boy has a matchmaker, and it was Eric Gomez for a long time. I think he's been promoted to CEO now, or CFO. I don't know if he still plays a role. The matchmaker, Top Rank has the magic stick when it comes to motherfucking matchmaking. But matchmaking is very key. Blueprinting the best route for your fighters to become successful and popular, and maximize the most dollars for them and your company. Basically that's what matchmaking is. And I don't know who matchmakes for TMT. Is it Al? I know he plays a part. Is it Leonard Ellerby or DeJuan Blake or Nate Jones? I don't know. One of those guys. I don't know who plays a part. But hopefully they get a professional matchmaker in there and make it happen. But pretty much Floyd said no to Lomachenko. And I noticed that even with Floyd Senior, I don't know if he pays attention, because he told Mickey Bay to go out there in that fight with John Molina and go for the knockout. And I just didn't think he watched tape on John Molina and knew who he was, to know that he's like Captain Comeback of that shit. He knocked him out. Floyd, I noticed that fighters that's on top of the game tend not to look at other competition outside of their weight classes or potential of their weight classes. Once they get to a certain ceiling. I'm pretty sure he knows who the fuck Lomachenko is, because he said Tank is not fighting him no time soon, basically. And I understand him. He's strictly from a promoter standpoint and from a boxer who strategically mapped his career out after leaving Top Rank to make more money. So he knows what's good for Tank as well. But I think he needs to let Tank fight. I know that Mayweather has ruined a lot of people confident in careers for the simple fact that he's not the biggest puncher. He's not the quick, he's always not the quickest, not the fastest. But his timing IQ and his technique always flustered people. And they knew that when they couldn't hit Floyd, I think they lost a lot of confidence, and a lot of those guys never was the same, post Floyd Mayweather fight. And I think he sees some of that in Lomachenko, or potential for this fight. And I see it as well. Lomachenko's a special caliber fighter. I don't care what people say. People point to the Salido fight. Hopefully the rematch happens. They can come to an offer. Not take the first offer. And I think that's Salido stance right now. But as far as Lomachenko, he can do that. But he fought Gary Russell. And a lot of people were high on Gary Russell, but he didn't destroy Gary Russell. Even though it was a split decision, I thought it more was a unanimous decision. He didn't destroy Gary Russell, though. Gary Russell competed. And I think Gervonta Tank Davis is at least the fighter that Gary Russell is and has the talent somewhat of Gary Russell, or if not better than Gary Russell. He's more multifaceted. He can box, move. He can brawl, come forward. Good elite puncher, really elite puncher, elite athletic ability. And I think he can compete with Lomachenko. And I'll give him a good chance to beat Lomachenko. I wouldn't favor him, but I'd give him a good chance to beat him right now. Lomachenko ain't, fought anybody that's like Tank yet. He fought Russell, who's quick and more of not a boxer mover, but Tank can move and box, and he's quick. He's an elite puncher. He's a good body puncher, good head puncher, and he can box, and he's a good defensive fighter. He fought Nicholas Walters, who was feared but wasn't at his optimum peak. He fought a lot of other good fighters, but I don't think anybody he's beat has been on the caliber of Tank Davis. And I think a lot of people, including myself at times, jumping the gun on Lomachenko and his invincibility in the sport. So I think Tank can do it. I think this is a fight that should happen after. Tank probably takes another fight because Salido is going to fight. Lomachenko is probably going to fight with Salido. But it should happen, dude, and I'll give Tank a chance. We gone.